Greetings and welcome to this week's edition of Hymns of Hope from Luther Memorial Church in downtown Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Andrew Schaeffer, Director of Music and organist here. Today we're going to be talking about, personally, one of my favorite hymns, When Morning Gilds the Skies. You can find this in your green Lutheran Book of Worship at number 546, or in your red Evangelical Lutheran Worship at number 853. Normally I talk about the history of hymns, but today I kind of want to talk about the interplay between the words of the hymn and the way that the melody is constructed. You know, hymns are often not constructed together. Some in the 21st century certainly are, but more often than not there is a poem and then it is paired to music, and sometimes that music can be older, sometimes it can be something more recent. In this setting, the text and the tune were very, very carefully paired together by, I believe, the translator of this hymn. So when you look at the first line of the hymn, you'll see two ascending lines. When morning gilds the skies. And then the other one. My heart awakening cries, may Jesus Christ be praised. That's a very high ascending line, two ascending lines, even high for me as a tenor this early in the morning. But anyway, you can see that we are essentially rising with the sun in our morning hymn of praise. And conversely, at the end of the hymn, it ends on a very high note, again emphasizing the words, may Jesus Christ be praised. This hymn does not have a formal refrain in that sense, but it does have those five words, may Jesus Christ be praised, that are present in every verse and are present in two times throughout the verses. This simple five-word sentence encapsulates the entire idea of this hymn. The setting you'll hear today is by American composer Dale Wood of blessed memory, died just a few years ago. Very prolific composer of organ and choral music for the church. I did want to note that this is the last devotion in this series. And early on in this series, Bruce Bankson, have been exploring some of the hymns of our faith since COVID started. And as I look back on my calendar, it's been a long, long time, as we all very well know. So I hope you've enjoyed this journey with me, and I hope you've learned a few new things and have been introduced to some new hymns and maybe heard a few hymns you haven't heard in a very, very long time. I'm happy to announce that beginning next week, we will offer a new series on Wednesdays, and they're musical reflections from Luther Memorial Church. This is sort of in place of our organ recital series, and I want to stress just for the fall, as we get our bearings together and resume life here at Luther Memorial, our worship life, and as schools are resuming. So how this will work is that there will be pre-recorded 15-minute musical reflections that will be available in your inbox by 6 a.m. on Wednesday mornings. And you can listen to these beautiful reflections on your way to work, or at your desk when you're eating lunch, or before you go to bed at night. And so I hope that it is a blessing to you. Email me at the church or call the church office if you are not on our mailing list, our general church mailing list, and we can put you on a mailing list specifically geared towards these musical reflections. These musical reflections will also allow us to introduce you to some other players from around the congregation that either have day jobs or would otherwise be unable to participate in the Wednesday recital series. So again, I hope you enjoy this new format. It's temporary. but I think it will be, again, a blessing to you. So without further ado, that's a lot of talking, when morning gilds the skies.